They say I was 5 years old when Dad dragged me kicking and screaming into the boat for the first time, and I still can remember it actually. And I'll never forget him dragging me down the beach to get me in the boat. And once we went for a run, it was all different. They couldn't get me out of it when I got back, so we had to go for another run. And basically I've been hooked on fishing and boating for my entire life, and yeah, enjoy every minute of it, and I've made it my living. When I was young, I used to watch the marlin boats come in. Dad used to take me down there and sit me on the corner of them, like I'm doing right here today on my own. I was a little bit of a cheeky kid, always getting into a bit of trouble here and there. I always wanted to work on a marlin boat and go and catch a 1,000-pound marlin from a very early age. So I worked up to that, and I left school early in grade 10, and then I went down and started working on the mackerel boats for a couple of years, and every now and then we'd hook up a black marlin or a sailfish in amongst the mackerel, and they'd pull our arms off, and I thought, gee, these things are a great bunch of fun. So from there I progressed onto the marlin boats, and yeah, got to go up to Lizard Island for 10, 12 years and had a great time, rubbing shoulders with royalty and rock stars and all sorts of people. Met all sorts of walks and talks of people in life, and haven't looked back really. When I was 17, I caught my first metre-long barramundi, and it jumped and carried on, and I thought, wow, I'll never forget that first jump, this thing coming out of the water with a mouth like a bucket, and that got me hooked. I decided to kick off my own business in the off-season and doing barramundi fishing charters. After a while I bought my own reef boat as well, and that's when I went and discovered wonky holes and found out how they worked, and today I'm one of the I guess leading people in that field, and I don't think anyone's been fishing wonky holes and knows all about them as much as I do. But that's just like anything, I suppose. You put your mind to it and work things out. Back in the day we had to fill out logbooks, and we had to keep count of our catches and all that sort of stuff, and every time we caught a metre on there I'd put a little cross, and yeah, basically kept count. I mean, that's the number one thing, I suppose, with catching big barra. Everybody does keep count of the metre-long barra, because that's the holy grail of barra fishing. And so yeah, all this time we've kept count of how many big barra we've caught, and over the past 25 to 30 years, and yeah, we finally reached number 2,000. Not all, I haven't caught them all, of course, mostly my clients. I think I flat out caught 40 of them, but yeah, it's been quite a milestone for us, and yeah, we're quite proud of our achievement. It always gives me a buzz to watch people catching a big barra. You see their legs start to shake. You can always tell which ones are going to be the leg shakers. Mostly they're the people who've never caught one before. Experienced anglers are a little bit more cooler about it, but yeah, it's just an awesome feeling to watch someone who's never caught a barramundi even land a barramundi that's like 115, 120 centimetres as their first fish. I guess they're a bit spoiled after that. What comes next, who knows? Now that we've reached our milestone 2,000 barra, over a metre, I'm actually backing the charters right off now to concentrate on our new business, Fish Smarter. And it's all online fishing courses. People said to us in the beginning, wow, that you're mad, that's not going to work. How can you teach fishing online? Well, we've proven that wrong. Our first course, Barra Basics, has been an amazing success. We're blown away by the achievements of our students, going from catching 1 or 2 small barra a year to 8 or 9 over a metre and several others. And it's just been absolutely mind-blowing, really. It's taken my breath away. When it comes to teaching people fishing online, it's not all about teaching them how to use a bait caster and how to throw a lure. It's mostly all about teaching where to go when, and understanding that species and their different habits. Although I'm best known for catching big barramundi, my experience over the last 30 years has been basically working out every kind of tropical species. We have amazing success with threadfin salmon and finger mark and all those kind of things, and also wonky holes, which are underground springs that come up in the old ancient valley that's between the mainland and the Great Barrier Reef. I worked them out at an early age, and I've been fishing them for many years and passing that knowledge on now. A lot of the guys are having success in that course. Things like threadfin salmon, finger mark, Spanish mackerel, black marlin, sailfish, Every tropical species I've had a lot to do with, basically, and we're going to put together a whole big package of courses based around northern Australian fishing. A 2,000 metre long barra, we finally got it. And how did we do it? Well, we were coming in the other day, and it's a pretty average day out on the water. We didn't do brilliant, we caught a few nice fish, but no big fellas. So we came on into the marina, and as we were coming in, I recognised a bit of a situation nearby, and I thought, well, that's worth a bit of a cast, that's for sure. So out came the lures, and 5 casts in, bang, 106, there she came, the big girl. It was at number 2000th, and it was awesome, couldn't believe it, it finally happened. And a few high fives, took the hooks out of the fish, got a 𝗘𝗫𝗧, let her go. The lure we caught number 2000 on was a mutt by Old Dog Lures by 𝗘𝗫𝗘𝗥. Dave's a long-time friend of mine and a great lure maker. He's a very good lure maker, very well known throughout Australia. And I'd made a few modifications to it. This is one of these early ones, a prototype, and I've still got it in my box. I put a few racing stripes on it because I like a few stripes on lures to break up the contrast. And unfortunately the bib broke on the way in, but I won't be replacing that, Dave, by the way. This one's going on the wall. It will never be used again. I did make a few modifications to the bib so it would run a little bit shallower, and that's probably what done it on the grinder. Funnily enough, my first ever barra I caught over a metre was on a 𝗘𝗫𝗘𝗥 lure, and number 2000 was on a 𝗘𝗫𝗘𝗥 lure. I'm very lucky to have been brought up in Australia. We are the lucky country, basically. So much fun to have outdoors, so many activities without being restricted in too many ways. And of course, fishing is one of those main outdoor activities for all Australians. I'm just so lucky to have lived the dream. Not too many people get to do it. Not too many people get to make a living out of things that they enjoy. So I'm very lucky in that respect. And I guess I've really got to thank all the people along the way, my friends and family, for supporting me through it, and also my clients and all the associates and affiliates. We couldn't have really done it without them. And of course, my gorgeous wife. I'm really looking forward to the next chapter in my life. We're going to be travelling around the country in our new machine here, making some great videos and new courses and all sorts of things. Basically, yeah, if anyone ever wants to get into fishing for a living, it's been a wild old ride for me, but you sort of can expect that with just about any business, I suppose. But I've enjoyed every minute of it and wouldn't have had it any other way.